Galatians 5:22 says, "The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and self-control." This week, we're going to be starting a series on Joseph. And I think you'll find that as we dive into this story, many of the lessons we are going to take away can be applied directly to our lives right now. In fact, at the very beginning of the story, we are introduced to Joseph and his family. And specifically, we're introduced to the relationship between Joseph and his brothers. And we find that his brothers do not like him. They don't like him for the way that he dresses. They don't like him for the way that he's treated. They don't like him for the dreams that he has. In fact, they hate him. And it's easy for us as people on the outside reading the story to point our fingers at his brothers and say they shouldn't act that way. They're not acting the way God wants them to act. But let me ask you a question. If someone was to film your life right now, if they were to write down everything about you and your family, and they were to expose you to the whole world, how would people view you? Would they see you as the picture of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control? My guess is no. My guess is you're struggling. And I'm guessing that you're struggling because you're trying to do it on your own. But here's what I want you to remember. None of us can do it on our own, especially in times like these when we are in this pressure cooker situation, and all of our bad habits have a way of forcing their way to the surface. But there is one way that we can continue to act the way that God wants us to act, and that is to rely on His Spirit, because His Spirit is the only person who can produce fruit in our lives. So when you find yourself struggling this week, in your relationships with your family, I'm hoping that you will rely on His Spirit and not your own.